What if I told you that the most powerful book on strategy wasn't written by Machiavelli, Sun Tzu, or any modern genius? What if this book was so profound, so ahead of its time, that governments still study it today? This is the story of the Arthashastra, the ancient Indian text that cracked the code of absolute power. Written over 2,300 years ago by a man known as Chanakya, this isn't just another dusty historical text. This is the original blueprint for everything from modern surveillance states to corporate espionage. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why some scholars call it the most dangerous book ever written. But to understand the Arthashastra's power, we need to meet its creator. Picture this. It's around 320 BCE in ancient India. A brilliant scholar named Chanakya walks into the court of the mighty Nanda Empire. But something goes terribly wrong. The king publicly insults Chanakya, mocking his appearance and wisdom. But instead of accepting defeat, Chanakya does something unprecedented. He unleashes a series of events that would reshape the ancient world. Here's where it gets interesting. Instead of seeking simple revenge, Chanakya creates an entirely new science of power. He finds a young man named Chandragupta Maurya, a boy with the potential to become a great king. And then, he begins one of history's greatest political experiments. Now, pay close attention, because this is where Chanakya's genius becomes clear. He designs something revolutionary, a complete system of statecraft that covers everything from economics to espionage. But his most brilliant innovation? The world's first systematic intelligence network. Chanakya identified 42 different types of spies, each with specific roles. The wandering spy, disguised as a merchant or holy man. The stationary spy, embedded in key positions. The deep cover operative, working for years to gain trust *. Think this sounds modern? Wait until you hear his specific instructions. Spies were trained to create elaborate cover stories, build networks of subagents, use coded language, deploy psychological manipulation. But espionage was just one part of Chanakya's master plan. The Arthashastra breaks down governance into a precise science. Here's where it gets mind-blowing. Chanakya created detailed systems for state monopolies on mining and trade, price control mechanisms, tax collection methods, economic intelligence gathering, administrative excellence. He designed a bureaucracy so efficient that many of its principles are still used today. Specialized departments, clear chains of command, performance metrics, corruption prevention, psychological warfare. But here's the truly revolutionary part. Chanakya understood that controlling information was more powerful than controlling armies. He developed techniques for manufacturing public opinion, creating controlled opposition, manipulating foreign powers, managing public perception. Chanakya's principles continue to shape the modern world in fascinating ways. His emphasis on information control is evident today, much like in ancient times when spy networks gathered intelligence in marketplaces. Now, governments and agencies monitor social media to track trends and security threats. In economic management, Chanakya advocated for state control over key resources to ensure stability. This idea persists today as governments regulate strategic industries such as energy, telecom, and defense. Similarly, his insights on public opinion remain relevant. While rulers in his time controlled narratives through planted rumors, modern digital influence operations shape public perception through media and social platforms. These parallels highlight how ancient wisdom continues to influence contemporary governance and strategy. But the most powerful aspect of the Arthashastra isn't its individual techniques. It's how they all work together. Chanakya created what he called the Circle of Kings theory. Imagine a chessboard where every piece can become either an ally or enemy at any moment. His advice? Always assume today's friend could be tomorrow's enemy. This led to 3 core principles. 1. Never rely on a single strategy. 2. Always maintain multiple options. 3. Control the flow of information. But here's the most important lesson from the Arthashastra, one that most people miss. Power isn't about control through force. It's about creating systems that make resistance impossible. Think about it. How social media shapes opinions, how recommendation algorithms guide choices, how digital surveillance tracks movement, how economic systems influence behavior. The Arthashastra isn't just a historical text. It's a warning and a revelation. It shows us that the principles of power haven't changed in 2,300 years. Only the tools have evolved. So next time you see a trending topic, a viral video, or a sudden shift in public opinion, ask yourself, would Chanakya recognize these techniques? Are you seeing the Arthashastra in action? If this deep dive into ancient wisdom fascinated you, hit subscribe and the notification bell. Next week, we're exploring another hidden system that shapes our world. And trust me, it's even more mind-blowing than this one. Drop a crystal ball in the comments if you've noticed any of these ancient techniques being used in modern times. And share your thoughts. What other ancient wisdom should we explore next?